ALDOUS'S.
Overview. Power statistics. Statistics. Skills. Contract, transform. After every 2 attacks, the 100% damage dealt by ALDOUS'S next attack will be transformed into a shield that lasts for 3 seconds. Activates every 5 seconds. Contract, Soul Steal. ALDOUS unleashes his inner energy to straighten the next basic attack, dealing 100, 140, 180, 220, 260, 300, plus 100% total physical attack points of physical damage. If this attack eliminates the enemy hero or non-hero unit, ALDOUS will gain 10 half stacks of Soul Steal. Each stack increases the damage of this skill by 8 points permanently. When attacking minions or creeps, the damage of strengthened basic attacks increases by 300%. ALDOUS get 1 stack from Soul Steal when enemy non-hero units die in a range. Contract, Explosion. ALDOUS assumes a defensive stance and ignores all basic attacks, reducing 50% damage that he takes. Lasts 2 seconds. When cancelling the defensive stance manually or the stance ends, he deals 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, plus 20% total physical attack to 200, 240, 280, 320, 360, 400, plus 40% total physical attack points of physical damage to nearby enemy units and stuns them for 0.5 seconds to 1 second. The stun time is affected by the duration of the defensive stance. Contract, Chase Fate. ALDOUS gains visions of all enemies for 5 seconds. During this time, if ALDOUS uses this skill a second time, he can dash toward an enemy hero. When ALDOUS hit that enemy hero, he will deal physical damage, equal to 450, 600, 750, plus 100% total physical attack, plus 10% of the target's max HP and knock enemy back for 1 second. The story of ALDOUS. Legends from the Land of Dawn say that the western desert's Minoan kingdom possedes a mysterious labyrinth. In the maze is a statue of a giant minotaur, which the people consider to be the Mecca of the Minoan kingdom. Some say that there is a group of contractors who guard the entire maze. The kingdom produced a lot of precious jade, which brought the Minoan people great wealth. Very quickly, the entire kingdom was lost in the intoxicating allure of golden riches. Even many contractors, tasked with guarding the sacred maze, became corrupted, abandoning their duty. Only one stayed, ALDOUS, who never forgotten his duty, continued to the Minoan labyrinth. Until one day, a god came from the heavens to punish the lands. The powers of light and dark decimated the entire Minoan kingdom, which even ALDOUS could not escape. Then 2 streams of energy surged into his body. ALDOUS thought he was about to die. However, the 2 streams of energy collided, causing great changes to his body. His slim grey long black scales that could resist most attacks and monstrously large arms that could easily strike fear into people's heart. When ALDOUS awoke from his daze, he found his people's kingdom gone, but the mysterious maze was now sealed by some unknown force. He and the remaining Minotaurs decided that ALDOUS would stay to defend the maze, while the others traveled towards the Land of Dawn to find answers. News of a mysterious force sealing the Minoan maze spread quickly to the Abyssal Kingdom. To gather this strange energy, Selena brought her Abyssal demons with her to the entrance of the Minoan maze. A huge battle was about to begin. Builds. Item builds. Endless Belt Roar build. Endless Thunder Apocalypse build. Endless Shadow Machete build. Emblems. Assassin Emblem. Assassin Emblem. Assassin Emblem. Strategy. Spells. Upgrade priority. Level up first skill, Contract, Soul Steal, and prioritize it on upgrading, then add second skill, Contract, Explosion. Your ultimate skill, Contract, Chase Fate, allows you to see the whole map including your teammates, plus it can be trigger again to chase whoever your target is. Skill combo. Surprise Explosion combo. Bush, second, wait, second, first. If the enemy is nearby, you don't need to use your ultimate to chase the enemy. The right timing while hiding in the bush is a good strategy to execute this combo. Playing as, versus playing against. Playing as ALDOUS. Playing as ALDOUS is a highly dynamic fighter hero that can locate enemy heroes on the map with the ability to permanently raise his attack power. He deals insane damage by himself, without item. Getting 50 stacks will already allow your first to deal over 1000 damage, assuming the enemy hero targeted is not a tank. Stacking is not that hard. You just have to play passively and focus more on stacking up damage rather than fighting your lane enemy. Without damage items you can still deal 2000 damage if you have enough stacks. Even though he's a fighter, he mostly act as assassin, like doing in and out gank to enemies. Lastly, you need to learn the perfect timing of using his ultimate skill and practice a lot his combos to become an effective ALDOUS if you chose to main him. Playing against ALDOUS. Playing against ALDOUS is a nightmare for squishy heroes like Nana, Mia, Gord, Clint, and Hayabusa to name a few. ALDOUS can one-hit them if he is fed and got much stack from early to mid-game. He has such an amazing skill set that he doesn't really need to rely on full physical damage items. A 1 or 2 is enough. He is an effective counter to marksman, knowing the fact that his second skill makes him immune to basic attack. In order to counter ALDOUS, your team must do anything to make him gap in terms of levels, stacks and gold. Making him as the main target for each gank must be your team main priority, because sometimes if ALDOUS was well fed and got stacks, he can turn the table. He can make a losing team to winning team, so as much as possible kill him no matter what. Tapushin. Gameplay. Game strategy. Early game. Go top lane and tell your teammates that you're going to solo, because you can easily gain stack if you're the only one in a lane, plus it allows you to farm more and gain more gold in early game. Don't forget to last hit each minions or jungle monster, because that's the only way you gain stack, and you need to build it up in early game. It's better to play safe because ALDOUS is so weak in early game. His first skill won't deal much damage, so better just save it for last hitting a minion or an enemy. Lastly, you need to kill the side jungle near your tower. It will give you an additional stack plus gold. If you're brave enough, you can steal enemy's side jungle. It will be risky for you to do that, especially if you're new from using ALDOUS, but don't worry, your sprint spell will help you escape if you were caught by enemies. Mid-game. This time, if you didn't die in early game and you managed to earn a lot of stacks and you fed yourself from soloing top lane, it's time for you to roam more. Being aware on what's happening on mini-map will give you hint that you need to start using your ultimate skill. ALDOUS can travel in a few seconds from one lane to another using ultimate. It can also be used to gank enemies wherever they are, because it chases the enemy once locked. This is perfect for killing heroes that has a 40% below HP. It's still advisable for you to only target squishies like Mia, Nana, Kimmy, Aurora, because you can kill them in 1 or 2 punches. Take note, your first skill immediately begins to cool down after you use it, regardless if you hit an enemy with it or not. So it is always good to preemptively use it before going into battle, so you can immediately cast it again by the time you hit. Use the first hit, making your first skill a deadly burst of 2 to 3 hit combo. Endgame. It's a disadvantage for ALDOUS when a game reaches late. Heroes can easily counter him, plus enemies will be more cautious of whomever his next turret is. As much as possible you should finish the game by the end of mid-game. If you can't, then do your best to destroy as much as tower, because this will be your best advantage against enemies. Do not rush yourself. Your ultimate allows you to see enemies in minimap for a short period of time, but at least it gives you an advantage to know where the enemies are, whether they are killing the Lord or hiding in a bush waiting for a victim. Lastly, your main target will still be those squishy heroes, because you can one-hit them with 1 punch, if not at least 2 punches. Strong against. Weak against. Heroes that ALDOUS counters. Heroes that counters ALDOUS. And that's all for today, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell button down below for more new updates and new videos. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.